Thank you once again, and you are here on Agribusiness 233. And today we are privileged to be in the Allotey honeybee farms, and we've met this honorable gentleman who is the CEO of Allotey honeybee farms, and he's here to demonstrate to us how honeybee keeping in the country is thriving and it's making inroads so far. He's going to also shed more light on some of the latest technology that he has come out with in order to show up the returns on honeybee keeping, not only in Ghana, but the African sub-region in general, with some appliances and new technologies that we can adapt in order to increase our yields and also make the honeybee keeping industry more productive and make more money for the average farmer.
So you place it into the extractor. This extractor has two principles. Normally the frames or landstraw frame are put the width side anchors, but this one is a different innovation because of the way the top bar is. So that one is placed according to the way you pick it from the hive, and then when you spin, the honey will come out. This is a tangential form of extractor, and normally it is the side closer to the container that ejects the honey. So you have to pick it and turn it the other way around, so that one too we will be able to spin the other side. So virtually we have removed the honey from it, and then this one can be sent back to the hive for the bees to repair and fill. When you look up over here, down here, you will see the spillage of the honey, and you see the honey which has been extracted from this one.
Wow, that is very impressive. This is a state of the art, and this is a low cost technology to help the beekeeping industry in the country. And as you can see, this is an equipment which is manufactured here, engineered here in the country, and the inventor is Mr. Allotey here, who is doing the demonstration for us to see. But Mr. Allotey, how is this equipment going to help the beekeeping industry in the country? How is it going to help for beekeepers or bee farmers to make more money and also to improve their livelihood?
Well, the extractor is already in the system, but for you to use the extractor with our type of beekeeping, the top bar hive system, you need this structure, this feature that I've created, so that you'll be able to harvest without destroying the comb. And when that is done, we'll be able to get over 100% the yield we are getting. Currently, standard hive, averagely you will get 25 kilos of honey a year, and we harvest only twice. But when we have this one, we shall be able to harvest many times, so the yield will increase, and the beekeepers are going to make the money. They will get their investment very early.
We need more honey to help the agric sector in the country, because we have known that honey is one of the highest contributing factors to GDPs of developed countries. So as a developing country as we are, and we want to create more jobs for younger people, we also want to improve the standard of living of the average farmer. We need to incorporate technology in our beekeeping and also in our farming. Thank you once again, and Mr. Allotey, you are most welcome. Great. So for the purposes of our viewers, we would like to know who you are and what you're doing so far.
I'm Allotey. I did agric at Legon, taught briefly at Civil School of Business and Research, had my master's in new technology, joined Forestry Commission. I had a passion of going into beekeeping, and not only the beekeeping, but then went on to studying of technology, how we can improve our yield, how we can do things very cheaper, so that we'll be able to move the industry very well. So that has been my passion for over 20 years now.
Agric sector is very broad, and there are various strands and dynamics. There are various areas that you could have ventured into. So why honey beekeeping?
The beekeeping is always any time they are talking about bees, people give you attention, and it's an interesting field. But King Solomon said, "Go study the ant." He just made that statement. And the ant and the bees, they are cousins. They are all social insects. They will tell you, if you want to see how your wife will be like, you have to go and see how the mother and the grandmother is faring. So even though he said ant, when you study relations, you will study the bee, and it's a huge industry. We have not seen it as a business. And if you are able to get the beehive and get the bees, you are gone. And anywhere there is poverty, if you do beekeeping, poverty will come down. Either the person is producing the honey, those who will market it, those who will transport it, those who will add value to it, any aspect of it, those who will use it, they will be rich. You will be rich because you will not foresee. So every aspect of it, and it's an interesting field. That is why I got into it, and I have not regretted, because it's a huge industry, which I believe if we can put 500,000 Ghanaians into it, the youth, it can be done throughout the whole country. The revenue we will get from it is more than cocoa. Mostly when we talk about beekeeping, what comes into, apart from the honey that people know, then the fear of the bees because of the stings, that it will kill you. I want you to know that even if the bee stings you, it's medicine. It's used to control high blood pressure, arthritis, and people have even done research that even it can kill the AIDS virus outside the body. They are thinking about how it can be incorporated into the body without any problem. And it's used for anti-aging cream. So, and a gram of it is about 7 times 1 gram of gold. It's between 25 euros to 450 euros, depending on the quality. And I study insect science, and I study wool science, so I'm combining my studies at school. The wool science will help me to construct different types of gear, and my crop protection that I did will let me understand the bees.
Yes. I think as he ended, he's trying to say that some of the things that he studied in school have helped him to venture into this very special area, which, you know, when you hear of honey, what comes to your mind? You know, there's sweetness, and wherever there's sweetness, there's money. So people only focus on the actual products of honey, but he's mentioned that the venom, you can get venom from the honey comb, and you can also get the propolis as well. And this is a lot of money in developed countries, and we go out there to get these kind of treatments. But here is the case, we can produce it right here in the country. So if you are interested in honey beekeeping, you should know how much money that you should be calculating at the very moment. But Mr. Allotey, you know, this is a very interesting area, and young people are, you know, very hungry to make money instantly. So they want to find out whether going into honey beekeeping is going to give them sustainable living, because they want to go somewhere where the actual money is. And here is the case, you are saying there is money in honey beekeeping. Can you convince these people who are out there and are unemployed and are trying to find a way to survive within this economy to venture into honey beekeeping?
You see, the world over, there's shortage of honey. People want to consume honey, but because of adulteration, you have to ask yourself, why are people adulterating it? Because the demand is very high and the supply is low. So people want to do all manner of things. So this is an area that you can easily put people over there. You are talking about the bee wax. The bee wax is more expensive than honey, and it can be used for about 300 items, tablets, chewing gum, a whole lot of things. These are cosmetics and the rest. It can be value addition. It can be used. You don't need so much money to go into beekeeping. Looking at the items you are using, you are going to use raffia, bamboo, rakan, and all those things to do it. The cost of entry is cheaper, but the money you will make from it if it's well managed. And it has many industries around it. For example, the bees will depend on nectar. So somebody can go into nursery, nursing of plants that bees like. Because if you give it to the beekeepers, if you have a bee farm and all these plants are around, the bees will produce their honey very fast for you. And it's a respectable profession. As Your Excellency President before once told some of us that it's a respectable profession. Other countries have done it. And if you do it, it's better than cocoa. That is what he said.
Wow. So that means that honey beekeeping can bring more, you know, financial resource than cocoa itself.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's great. Because I was watching some videos through my research, and I came about someone whose specialty is only pollination, and they make so much money. You know, they take the beehive, they go to the various farms to pollinate, and when they pollinate, they make money from your farm. The farmer also gets more yields, and it feeds back into the ecosystem. So what you're saying connects to what I've also researched into. There are various strands and facets of the honey beekeeping that you can indulge in, and whichever area that you pitch your tent, you are going to make so much money from it. Wow, that's great. So now, how do you see the honey beekeeping industry in the next 5 years?
Well, we are struggling, but we are making inroads, because now people's attention is coming over the. We only have to remove the fear. The whole thing is fear. People fear the animal. It will kill you. They don't want to go near it. But when people are educated about it, then they can go into it. Many years ago, when some of us we were not taught beekeeping. We did entomology, storage pests. We were not taught. But now the animal science department, they are now doing it. Tech to the agribusiness people are doing it. UDS, they are also doing it. So it's now becoming a mainstream something that people are doing. When you get academia go into it, businessmen coming into it, then the business can move. Or it's because of people don't have knowledge about what is over there, all because of fear. But if we educate them, we'll be able to get somewhere. And this is one of the easiest way to employ yourself. And it's a respectable profession. Any place you go and if you have the stuff and you are talking about it, they will give you attention.
Yeah. So, from what Mr. Allotey is saying, we've come to learn that there is adulteration of honey in the country. And why would people want to cut corners in order to sell the product? That means the product is not in the market. There is lower quantity of bee honey in the market. And wherever there is lower quantity, prices are usually high. And if you want to pitch your tent within the agribusiness ecosystem, then this should be something that you should be looking at, because you want to go to an area where people are less as far as the farmers are, and that's where the returns will be maximized. Can you paint to us a picture of the global scene when it comes to honey beekeeping? Can you paint to us a picture? Because even as we are trying to explain to people for them to understand the economy of beekeeping, they are still a bit hesitant, because they want to know that when we enter this field, we have a global system which supports the kind of economy we are entering. Do you think they are billionaires and millionaires, manufacturing honey?
Yes, in other countries it's a big thing. If you take America, beekeepers who are providing pollination service, they transport the beehive from the north to the south, from the south to the north to the farmers. And sometimes one beehive, and they bring it to your farm for maybe 2 weeks before your flowers will drop. They are charging $130, and it's almost $20 billion business in America. Some years ago, the bees were dying, colony collapse disorder, and they have to import bees. Why should America import bees? You human beings, sometimes when you are going, they are deporting, but they are importing bees because it's important. They know if their bee population drops, their crop yield will drop, and their power will drop. So quickly they have to start importing bees from Canada, Mexico, and the rest. We have international conferences that people from all over the world come and they tell us what they are doing in terms of research. So it's not a local business, it's an international business.
Not to cut you short, you have a number of equipments that you have here on your farm that you believe that can change the dynamics when it comes to bee farming in the country. You have some on demonstration. Where do you see the future of your technology and your inventions as far as the honey beekeeping industry is concerned?
These innovations are innovations that Africa needs to propel Africa to start matching up with the other countries. We want investors to come into it. When they come into it, we start producing these things from here and even exporting. These are our exportable things. Because if the technology can be used here and is workable, and can be used in other African countries, can export, it will cause the African bee industry to move up. So if we get into it and we produce it in a plastic form, that will be cheaper. Then people can easily go with it. So somebody can be a national service person. You can just, with small amount of money, get into it.
Oh, that's good. Wow. So now, what will be your advice for young people who are watching us right now, who want to earn a living in honeybee, and also perhaps the whole agribusiness food chain? Do you think it's a very viable area that young people should get into?
they are too late. They should be jumping and getting on board the train. You know, the old people in the beekeeping industry, everybody is complaining that the youth are not coming into it. And it's because, well, it's a training they had from school. People want to just go into the offices and the rest. But when the minister made the announcement that we are not going to give you jobs and the rest, they have the new start, and people must now start thinking. And they must start doing something on their own. So they must be able to read and make contacts with beekeepers. Then they will be trained. And when you start doing it and you start branching into other things, if you are even a graduate, you can even get your research topics and things from it. It can move you to any place. So they should not waste time. Sometimes I will hear somebody said, I've sat in the house 10 years. You have to be innovative. How can you sit down in the house 10 years, 5 years, 15 years? No. It's not accepted. Get something, get your hands into something. God will bless your hands, the labor of your hands when you start doing something. If you just sit down, you are not thinking outside the box. Get into people who are into some industry, go and learn what they are doing. At least you can prospect. Prospecting of good, they prospect over here if there's nothing they need. So you read around and you get something that is simple. Because this one, beekeeping, you can do it part-time and you can do it full-time. And you don't need to have a land to do it. You can partner somebody. You can partner somebody. If the person has his land, you can tell, okay, I'm bringing the hives over there, we can share. But the monies that you have to go and use to lease land, you can put into the beehives and place it over there. If there's a problem, you take your beehives away. Yes, so you don't need fertile lands. This one is marginal lands. Even the land is dead, if it's even on the rock. But if the beehive is here, they can move 2 to 3 kilometers radius looking for food. So you don't need so much. You only have to be innovative, because the bee itself is innovative. So if you are following the bee, you have to be innovative. So our youth have to be innovative. They shouldn't be sitting down and expecting manna from heaven and think get into something like this. It'll be okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Allotey. You have shared with us so much that I believe everyone who is watching us has 1 or 2 things that they are taking away from this. Very important. As you have learned, you can go into honey beekeeping. There are various strands and facets of it. You can specialize in one area or the other as far as the honey beekeeping is concerned. His specialty is in innovation and technology. You can also take one aspect, whether it's marketing, whether it's production. You can go into this very successful, this very stricken, mana flowing industry, which is catching the world by storm. This is Agribusiness 233. We'll come to you yet again with another edition which will blow your mind. Stay tuned. Thank you very much, Mr. Allotey.